Welcome to the Rum Lab Weekly Live News, where we share a roundabout of all the rum-related stories we have gathered online over the past week. You can listen, watch, and read it on our platform. My name is Federico Jose Hernandez, your host. Today is October 1st, 2025, so let's get started. Our feature article for the day is Paul Menta, who has been interviewed in the rumlab.com. You can check his full interview in our website. But quite interesting is that Paul Menta is the founder of Key West Legal Rum because he discusses his approach to craft distilling, which blends modern and 18th and 19th centuries method. So with the second news, Pirate Bay lawsuit to proceed. This is actually from the Spirit Business. The brief is a judge has approved a request for a class action lawsuit against Sazerac to proceed, alleging the company has misled consumers by selling malt-based version of its Fireball and Pirate Bay product that closely resembles their high ABV spirits counterparts. The lawsuit centers on the sale of this malt-based beverage, which has a lower ABV of 16.5% compared to Fireball whiskey, which is 33%, and Pirate Bay rum at 21%. And they place them in different New York gas stations. Next article is the US NABCA monthly data. Says there's been weak volumes in August driven by challenging macro and selling days headwinds. Bottom line is saying that sales have decreased basically 0.9%, and it has to do with shorter days in the month. Unfortunately for the rum category, there's been significantly negative sales going down 8%. Okay, next news. We finally know who makes Costco Kirkland spiced rum. Yes, that's very important. This is something from Yahoo and the tasting table staff. It has been revealed that Sazerac Company bottles and distributes Costco Kirkland signature spice rum. As stated on the product label, Sazerac, which owns brands like Buffalo Trace, is bottling the Spice Expression in Louisville, Kentucky. If I'm not mistaken, Sazerac buys a lot of rum from Puerto Rico for their different expressions. Next news, Jamaican rum wars. This is from the Jamaican Observers. The news states, the Supreme Court ruling has temporarily blocked a controversial mandate requiring all rum labeled with Jamaican rum geographical indication to be aged exclusively within Jamaica. The decision was a victory for the National Rums of Jamaica, which ages some of its rum overseas against the Register of Industrial Properties and the Spirits Pool Association. National Rums of Jamaica successfully argues that forcing immediate compliance could cause massive harm to its supply chain. The case highlights a global tension over GIs, geographical indications, and tropical versus temperate aging, with rivals like J. Ray and Nephew arguing local aging is essential to the spirit's authentic identity. Next news. This is the oldest rum distillery in Europe. So this article is by La Provincia, and it says, Destilería Arejuca in Arucas, Gran Canarias, is highlighted as potentially the oldest rum distillery in Europe. Founded in 1884, Fábrica de San Pedro in Arejucas. By the way, if you have not tried this rum, it is delicious. Okay, next news. Puerto Rico's Department of Agriculture aims for the diversity of cane-derived products. This is from Primera Hora, and the article says, Puerto Rico's Secretary of Agriculture, Josué Rivera, emphasizes the critical need to revive the local sugarcane industry to justify the federal rum cover-over tax fund used for environmental and economical development initiatives. Sugarcane production has dramatically fallen from 5 million quintales in 1998 to just 100 in 2022. Several groups are now interested in the resurgence, including the Yabucoa Rum Company and a proponent near the former Central Coloso area, which has a new cane planting. The government is offering 250,000 initiatives to support new proposals. The revival is not aimed at historical scale, but rather at supporting the growing local and craft rum distillery, like San Juan Artisan Distillers, and developing other cane-derived byproducts, which is key to defending the island's access to the tax rum revenue. Okay, and I think the last article that we have for the day is the rum markets to reach 28 billion by 2032, which is a news by Open PR. So this is actually a public relationship article. I'm not sure if it's actually even true. Anyways, thank you for joining us today. Adios. See you next week.